So, Vickie, you and I were just sitting here talking about your 30-day challenge, Fast, Fun, and Feast. Your 30, what is it?
30-day challenge to struggle-free weight loss.
Struggle free. I don't know why I want to say stop, right? But it isn't. It's about struggle free, right?
Right.
Because weight loss is a struggle, right? It has
can
always
be.
been for me.
That's what
So,
I usually hear is I hear it's hard and it's hard for me to stay on my program. I hear that all the time.
yeah. And it's either too restrictive, too much exercise, right? Or whatever that is for people. So the reason I wanted to go live on here so we could go into the strategy sphere and talk about it is because I really want you to tell me about it. Like how is it going to be? Because you and I know, right? You and I, when we talked about putting this program together, it was about if in order to keep me interested, right? It has to be fun, right? It has to be
Exactly.
fast, and I don't want to struggle at all. So
Right.
really, I want to lose weight without any pain whatsoever. So talk to me about. No, sorry.
I love the chimes. It's a good reminder and alarm for people to take notice because the average person has gained 29 pounds through this last year, which seems incredibly huge. But I know people who've gained 40 and 50 pounds. I've known people who've gained 5. And so there's your alarm right there. The dog's barking saying, look, it's time to take notice. Whether you do anything or not, that's okay. But it's time to take notice. It's time to start doing something about this.
So I'm not going to lie, I couldn't hear most of that, right? Okay. So I want to talk. So please forgive me if I'm going back because literally
Sure.
I'm really struggling with everything you said to hear it.
Okay.
I cannot believe those dogs.
I have a dog in my office right now, and if anybody comes outside, they will be barking as well. So yeah, I get it. No issues.
Yeah. So I want to know how it's going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Well, we need some fun. We've had a whole year and a few months now of no fun. Fun is part of the equation. So what do we do for fun around weight loss? Because it's such a serious subject and it seems like it's so hard, is we're going to have a challenge. And it's not going to be about pounds lost. Most people would automatically think that it would be a challenge around how many pounds you've lost. No, it's not that. That's not part of it. It's going to be about we're going to have some posts. I will encourage everyone to post things that are cute or funny around dieting or food. I'm going to encourage some activities during the week that include fun. Because we don't always think about including fun in our everyday lives. It's become so serious. And the challenge part is you show up. How hard is that? You show up on the private Facebook group. You share your experiences. See, we're getting all kinds of validations that this is right for you. You show up on the Facebook group. You post to the Facebook group. You show up on the live calls with question and answers. You show up watching the Facebook post live that I'll do every day for 30 days. That's just some of the ways that you earn points to win prizes. And that is the fun part. And if you don't like to compete, hi there. So if you don't like to compete, it's okay. We're just talking about the competing part, about the points and winning points, earning points for certain tasks. Oh, it makes it fun. And some people don't like to compete, especially around weight loss. And that's okay because it's not about pounds lost. It's about, see, we keep getting more and more chimes all the time. This is crazy. This is really wake up, folks. Wake up about this because it's time to take care of this extra weight gain. And so you're getting the alerts. I'm getting the alerts. Something's happening that people need to hear this.
Going around this, right?
Yeah.
So we talked about fun, and all I heard was prizes, and I'm like, oh, I need to get back to hear more about that. But you can tell me. I'm sure you already told them. So you talked about fun.
Mm-hmm.
I put the dogs in their crates so I don't have to miss the rest of it.
Okay.
So tell me about fast.
Well, fast is that's why it's a 30-day challenge. So this is considered a jump start, a getting on track. Most people talk about falling off the wagon, when they go off their diet. So this is kind of getting getting on the bus, getting on the train, getting on the wagon, whatever you want to call it, just getting started back on weight release. And so we put it in a 30-day challenge so that you can concentrate on the 30 days rather than looking at the long haul. For some of us, we have 20, 30, 40 or more pounds to lose. This is just, let's concentrate for 30 days and have fun doing it so that we can enjoy our food. And that's the feasting part. You can go on any food program you want. I don't particularly care. I have my food preferences, but here's what I know is I will never, ever, ever, regardless of what food program I am on, give up chocolate. For you, it might be wine. For some people, it's bread and cheese. Doesn't matter what the food is, but it's learning how to include those foods on a daily basis and enjoy them rather than beat yourself up because they're not on the diet and still release again another. I think this is so fun. That's part of the fun, right? Why are we getting these alerts? Why are the dogs barking? Why are we getting chime doorbells? Why am I getting alerts on my phone right now at this time?
Yeah. Yeah, I do love the fact that that's a whole energy piece that I don't think people kind of realize what's
Exactly.
going on here, right?
Right.
So, but you know what, you said something too about the fast part, right? I think it's so
Mhm.
important, and for me it is, it's important to lose at least 10 or 15 pounds fast, right?
Mhm.
Because I know a couple years ago when I'd lost 50 pounds, right? And
Mhm.
then during COVID, damn it, put it all back on, all of it. And it, for me, the fast, what I started before, the fast part, the fact that I dropped it fast to start with kept motivating me to keep going,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's the part right there. If you, when sometimes, especially when you have a lot of weight to lose, it's overwhelming. It's
Right.
just overwhelming.
Right.
But if you can have a little support in that beginning piece there, and drop it fast, oh my gosh, I do feel like this is almost like a reset then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
That makes
all right,
sense. It's a reset.
so I want to talk more about the feasting,
That's
right?
that's
I
my
know
favorite part.
right? So, and I kind of get the feel that you're a little bit of a foodie,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
And you're probably a dark chocolate lover though.
I am.
Yeah, so that's what hurts me. I think I'm that milk chocolate, white chocolate. It's like more sugar, please, right? So, what do you have for help for people with that when they're like really craving that sugar piece?
Well, there's a technique that I use that literally can help you crush your cravings in 30 seconds. And absolutely have seen it happen over and over and over again, not only for myself, but for my clients. And the hardest part is for you to decide whether you want to use it to crush your cravings or not. But if you decide not to, then you enjoy whatever that food is. But seriously, that's what I'll be showing you is how to crush your cravings. And for Eugene, it's sugar. For me, it's chocolate. But I was just talking to someone just recently, hers is bread and cheese. Doesn't matter the food, but it will crush your cravings. Sometimes it's less than 30 seconds. And the
Wow.
testimonials I get from other programs I've done similar to this is, I can't believe this stuff works. Because we don't have that experience. Most of us have struggled in diets and have felt deprived and powered through. So used our willpower to power through, whether it was 2 weeks, 10 days, 30 days, 6 months, whatever it was. And then when the program was over,
Mhm.
we went back to our old way of eating without any tools on how to stop that. And
Well,
that's what's different about this.
I am really kind of interested now that you said 30 seconds or less. I mean, that's fast, right?
Mhm.
Honestly, I probably would have talked about that being the fast part of this program is because I do think that that's the, the moment I think when I started that diet 2 years ago, literally I don't know, we had a week or so to prepare, get ready, right? That before it
Mhm.
started. And that weekend, I told Bruce, I'm like, I need to eat every food that I like, that I really like, because it was going to be very low carb, right?
Right.
So we literally had a weekend full of the worst food ever, although it was tasty, right? But it was the worst food ever
Mhm.
because there is that sense of deprivation that kind of scares me, right? It's like, oh, what if I can never have Long John Silver's again? Although we just had it this weekend because I was really craving it. Had I known the crush your crave 30-second thing, I might have used that because honestly, it was awful. It was
Oh,
it was
that's
awful.
disappointing.
That is disappointing when you're really waiting for something and right.
Mhm.
So
And it's not satisfying. And feeling satisfied from food, whatever it is you're eating, is really important to our emotional and mental health, believe it or not.
I do.
So, yeah, so I'm sorry that happened to you because that used to be one of my favorites too.
Well, and I don't ever have it often, right? But
Right,
literally, first of all, you go there and you can't even get in because they've shut the dining room down. So now you're eating in your car because it would be awful by the time you drove 20 minutes back home,
right.
right? So yeah, so I do think there's something to that satisfaction piece
Yeah,
because I have noticed that sometimes if I don't feel satisfied by the taste, right? Like you're looking for a great dinner, and usually
right.
when I'm traveling, I'm looking for that to satisfaction of a great meal, and you're just having one bad meal after another, a hotel
Yeah.
sidebar or something, and it's never satisfying. So you keep looking for that. At least I do. I'm looking for that.
Yeah, and that's typical for a chronic dieter, myself included. And so if you
Are you going to
don't
talk
get
about that, or
being a
will
chronic dieter,
no? Will you talk about that searching for the satisfaction
mhm,
of taste and texture? For me, it's
mhm,
all about the texture, right? So,
yep.
so tell us. We went live on Facebook because I think that there are more people out there who would really love to buy into this is $147, right?
Right.
For 30
It's
days of
super
working with
affordable.
you. Yeah, 30 days
Mhm.
of work. Are you kidding me? I know what I'm paying to work with you privately, right? This is super affordable.
Right.
So, um, tell me, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what their outcome is going to be at the end of this, and how do they sign up? Because I really do think that there are people here in the strategy sphere who really would like to lose 10 or 15 pounds in 30 days, right?
Right.
And have some fun doing it
Mhm.
and eat while they're doing it. Literally, that no carb thing was really difficult for me because your friend who is the bread and cheese person,
Mhm.
eventually you get tired of the sugar and then you need some bread and cheese.
It's
Oh,
it's very well, and that goes back to the conversation we had before about feeling satisfied.
yeah.
So if you're on a food program and you don't get that satisfaction from your food, you will search out something else, which usually means trying to fill that with other foods that are on the program until none of those satisfy either. And you just kind of, people will say, break down. They lose control and then eat whatever it is they crave to begin with.
Yeah.
So now you've probably eaten 1,000 calories trying not to, and this is old school. I know this is old school math, but it still comes down to math. I really don't care what program you're on. It comes down to math. So you eat 1,000 calories of foods that are on the program and just go off off the program and enjoy the food that you really crave to begin with. So satisfaction is really important in this. So the question was, what was the outcome? So I've had clients release up to 30 pounds
In 30 days.
in short programs like this. It was a 40-day program, so 10 extra days they'd release 30 pounds.
Okay. I
So,
really want to be at that program.
and this will be part of that. So this, I'll be showing you some of the same techniques in that program and this one, just making it more fun and more accessibility. So I'll be live more often to answer questions.
So, and I
Um,
think if I remember correctly, because it's been a couple weeks since we've talked. If I remember correctly, you've got a tracker or something too that you're going to give people, right? That are, it's going to make it easy. It's going to make it fun. It's going to make,
Mhm.
you know what the best part about doing something in a group like this is the fact that it's supportive. Everybody's supportive of each other,
Right.
right? And you don't have to feel like I'm the only fat person out there trying to fix this. I
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
I'm not the only one who has to release 30 or 100
Right.
pounds, right? So that there's other people, there is something to be said for knowing that other people are struggling with you and doing it with you.
And having positive attitude about it.
Yes.
So that's the difference in a lot of these support groups that I'm not really crazy about, but because everybody wants to be the victim and oh, poor is me. That's not what this group is like. This
No.
group is being very like cheerleaders for each other. And if you have what's considered a bad day, I don't consider them bad days or bad times or bad foods, whatever you want to call it. I don't believe in that. Then we support each other and go, okay, well, what's the next step for you? And get back on program. And I really don't like those words because it makes it sound like we're good or bad or on or off. And I talk a lot about that as well. But we're here to support you. And here's the science behind it. As a species, we only survived because we worked in groups.
Mm.
It's in our DNA to work in groups. And therefore, what that means is that any group program you're in, your success rate is higher because of the support, because of the science behind it. In our DNA, we are led to work in groups. So why not use that science along with weight loss? And let's work together to release the weight and
Yeah.
learn how to keep it off permanently with different tools and techniques that you've never heard before, and make it easy and fun. Let's do it.
Yeah. So yes, I could not agree more. So I know I'm in already. I know that a couple other people from I shouldn't call them out, right? You won't call them out, but can I call them out? Probably not.
That's
Maybe.
between you and them.
You know what? I'm gonna call out one of them because I know she would not get mad about that. Ashley, right? Ashley from H Penny Bookkeeping is also in on this program, and because I know she said she's got a few pounds she wants to release and let go of, and kind of get down into her fighting weight. Right now, I'm just teasing about fighting weight, but get back down. And I think that's what we all want to do, right? So I'm going to encourage people in the strategy sphere to come join us, right? If you've got what's the minimum number they should have to lose to do this program?
Here's the reality, and for myself, having once been 70 pounds overweight, I wouldn't have
Can't
believed
even
this.
imagine that.
Yeah, I really was. When I graduated from high school, I did not think the one size fits all gown would fit me for my high school graduation. And I was so relieved that it actually buttoned. I was really that big. But here's the reality of what I've learned is that for some people, 3 extra pounds is difficult because it's hard for them to maneuver. They've got that little pouch over their waistline and it sounds like that's crazy. It's crazy talk. If at 70 pounds overweight, thinking just 3 pounds overweight would have been uncomfortable, what's wrong with you type of thing. And they go through the same self-bashing, self-bullying, self-criticism, and struggle that anyone who has 100 plus pounds to lose. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There isn't a limit.
I guess part of the reason I like to do a group is I don't like to suffer by myself, right? I don't. I feel like if I've got, and I know that this is struggle free, right? I
Right.
totally get that. So, but I think that I do better in a group where I can like see, and you know what? I'm not going to lie too. Isn't that crazy?
It is
The other
crazy.
piece is that I like to be inspired by other people who are having success. It
Right.
pushes me, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little competitive there that I don't want to be the worst one, and I will work really hard to be the best one. So I do like the fact that when I work in a group that it motivates me to bring my A game, right?
Right.
Instead of just falling back and having a
Yeah.
cookie at night or something
Yeah.
like that. It would really motivate me to kind of let that go, right? It's like, if I do that, I can't beat Ashley, right? I can't release more weight than Ashley if I have a cookie at night. And I know she's there eating carrot sticks or something. I know that's not part of the plan. I know, I'm just
No,
teasing.
it's not, but I do appreciate that you bring that up. And I do also appreciate that you kind of changed the word. Some people are going to look at this as a challenge, but challenge, and some people aren't. However, either way you look at it, it is motivating
Mhm.
because even for myself, I don't consider myself a competitor, but if I know that someone else is doing better and I know that I could do a little bit better, that's going to motivate me to move in a direction, just like you said, maybe not have the extra cookie, stop at one
Right.
instead. So I appreciate you kind of changed the words, but yet it all means the same thing. And that's what we're looking for here, is to help motivate each other
Yes.
to stay on course
Yes.
and to feel like you're in control, because that's really what we want most of anything else, is to feel like we're in control of food.
Yeah. So I'm going to invite everybody to come and join. Vicki, I know you're going to create the challenge, but I'm going to invite everybody to come and I was going to say compete, but I'm not saying compete.
Commit.
Commit, right? Commit to playing with us, right?
Yeah.
And maybe making this I know it will be fun, right? You've already told us it's going to be fun, and I didn't know about, if I did, I forgot it in 2 weeks about prizes, right? So I'm motivated by that. I'm always motivated to win. So I'm going to invite people to come. How do they join? Do you know what? Can you drop the link in the chat, and I will drop it over into I've got it on Facebook Live up here. I'll drop it into the chat. I'm going to encourage all of you guys to come out and play with Vicki and I for this 30-day challenge. Number one, it's at the end of April. It starts on April 26th, did you say?
Correct.
That's a Friday. Is that right?
No, it should be Monday.
April 20. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm looking at March. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm always looking at March. Yeah.
Diets always start on Monday, Jean.
Well, that's what I thought. I'm like, it doesn't seem right. March 26th is a Friday, but it's starting on Monday, April 26th. And that's a great day to start it because the day before is my daughter's baby shower. So I don't have to worry about what I eat that day because the next day, right, we're starting the program. So
Right,
thank you
exactly.
for that. I didn't realize that was going to be so awesome.
Timely.
Timely, yes. Right. Because I do like cake, I'm not gonna lie. So you guys, let me grab that really quick here. So if you're thinking about like you want to just lose what, 5, 10, 15, 30 pounds, right? That is release that. Come play with us. Come have some fun with Vicki, who's going to be leading this. Because let me just say, I can do a lot of things, Vicki, but the one thing I would be totally not just an imposter, but a complete fraud is if I talked about weight loss. Right? I can never ever talk about weight loss because that is apparently something I know a lot about. So
Well, here's the reality, is that you've been successful many times at weight loss. And this is the piece that the diet industry gets caught on. It's the releasing the weight and keeping it off. And
but there would be no money to be made in that, right? If you
exactly.
lost the weight and you were able to keep it off, who loses?
Right, they do. And that's absolutely true.
Yes. Mars loses. Mars company loses, right? Hershey's loses.
It wouldn't be a theme park anymore. Oh my gosh.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Have you ever
So
been to Hershey's theme park? It's a lot of fun.
I have never been there, but it is on my list of places I wouldn't mind going. So,
Smells like
right.
chocolate the entire time.
Pardon me?
It smells like chocolate the entire time.
Oh, oh,
So if you love chocolate, it's great. But if you don't like it, it'll be repelling. But
yeah. I would imagine, yeah. You know, it's so funny, after having owned a couple chocolate stores, I could walk in there and never smell it. The only thing I could
Probably.
smell would be and people would walk in all the time saying how great this smells, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking, I didn't say it out loud because it would be gross, but I'm thinking, really, the only thing I can smell is the mop sink, right? Somebody didn't clean the mop sink last night. So that's all I could smell when I would walk in there. So, all right. So I'm going to encourage them to come and really, number one, get to know you, right? Get to know you, and because you're really, really good at what you do. Invite them to come and play with us for 30 days and
Mhm.
have fun, and maybe a little friendly competition with the prizes, right? Doing, and like you said, there's things you have to do during the day to earn points, which I heard none of that, but I'm sure that will be explained at the end of when we start the challenge.
It will, yes.
And I'm just, you guys come play with us. I'm excited to have some, after a year of lockdown, and I'm just excited to have something fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna end this here for them. You guys come play with us. Sign up and come play with us. It's $147. It's led by an expert. I mean, you're speaking all over, right? People are pulling you out and featuring you as the expert that you are in the weight loss industry, right? You're helping not just people, but you're helping companies. And now you're getting contracts right now for government agencies,
Yeah.
right? So if people are not impressed by that, well, then they're just gonna have to stay fat, because I don't know what else. You impress and motivate the hell out of me. So I'm
Thank you.
super excited to be part of this. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks, Jean.
You're welcome.